Hello, and welcome to our next NAP. NAP stands for Nonprofit Auditor Points, and my name is Irina Oishkova, and I'm your nonprofit auditor. I've been doing audits for many years, and I created NAPs to help nonprofit community, its management and finance teams to better understand some accounting and finance issues. These videos are not authoritative in any way. I just designed them just to share my experience with the nonprofit community on various topics. Okay, let's talk. Today, I would like to talk about FASB. What is FASB? If you are an accountant or deal with accounting for nonprofits or not nonprofits, but we're talking about nonprofits, you need to know what FASB. 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 FASB stands for Financial Accounting Standard Board. It is a governing body responsible for establishing and improving accounting standards in the United States of America. It was established in 1973 as independent private sector organization, and it's developed GAAP, our favorite GAAP, which is General Accepting Accounting Principles, that we use for accrual method of accounting that all nonprofits use on their financial statements, primarily all nonprofits. There's other framework can be used, cash basis and modified basis. There are various bases, but majority of nonprofits on financial statements we're using GAAP, General Accepted Accounting Principles. And primary goal of creating these principles, which is GAAP, was to create a framework to help users of financial statements to understand what financial statements mean. Because if all entities use the same framework, same standards, the statements become comparable. We can take statements from various nonprofits, from various businesses, and know what it means when it says accounts receivable. Or we know what it means when it says accounts payable, because it's the same rules applies to every entity that using GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. And FASB was the governing body that developed these rules. FASB has a free resource. They have a website. If you would go online and type FASB, it will take you to the FASB website. And it's a great resource. FASB, many years ago now, codified all these rules. So they took all the rules and they put them in the codes. And the codes into a single organized system, and they called Accounting Standards Codification. Abbreviation is ASC. Accounting Standards Codification, ASC. So very often when you see reference to a rule, you will see it's preferenced with ASC. Why? Because that helps readers to find that rule inside that codification. Again, where you can find codification, you can go just online, free resource for everybody, FASB, we just type 4 letters, FASB. It will take you to the website. You find on the top codifications, and then you can go to industries on the left drop down menu. You can go to industries and find click on the industry and you find nonprofits. Nonprofits list like an industry, and it's number 958. So in accounting standard codification, number 958 relates to nonprofits, and you can see all rules related to any topic for nonprofit, such as what is net assets with donor restrictions. They have a good explanation. What net assets without the donor restrictions, how to present financial statements, what financial statements for nonprofits look like. Everything you can find in the FASB website. Now, because it's a codifications and it's a set of rules, it's very dry. There is not enough There is no pictures, there is no deep examples. It's very, very dry and direct. However, if you can identify the rule that relates to your question, your nonprofit, you can go and search with the number of the rule anywhere you want. Why it's such a great resource, in my opinion. For example, you have an auditor, or maybe not even an auditor, maybe you have a consultant or somebody inside the organization. One person believes this is correct, another person believes this another way is correct under GAAP. Great resource initially, I would say go to FASB website, go to industry, find nonprofits 958, and find the area that you have question about. Then, as you know the rule, for example, it's going to be ASC 958-10 For that, you take that number and you can search website. But now you will have this useful tool, the rule that you rely on it. You're relying on, right? And you will become better accountant, you will become very equipped with the necessary information, and you will go directly to source who produces these rules, general accepted accounting principles. Inside codifications, you will see different sections and they refer to different industries. Some rules, for example, leases, new lease standard, they're applicable not just to nonprofits, they're applicable to other entities as well. So you can utilize not necessarily nonprofit area, but specific areas they design, for example, for nonprofits, they provide specific accounting guidelines tailored for specific nonprofit entities, covering topics that are unique for nonprofits, such as contributions, donor restrictions, right? Those are not for any other industries. They're unique for nonprofits. Like I mentioned, financial statements presentation, because only nonprofits present financials with and without the donor restrictions, and revenue recognitions for contributions. Again, because it's very unique only for nonprofit. FASB codification is essential reference tool for all accountants and auditors and financial managers, because this way you will never need to rely without knowing the rule on somebody else's opinion. You as an accountant and as an organization, you should not take anybody advice for face value only because it's an auditor told me. Auditors can be wrong as well. So even if your auditor telling you and you do believe your auditor is correct, you can always ask, what is codification number? What is the rule we can find on the FASB website? Just to confirm that our understanding is correct and I want to learn this rule and I want to apply it moving forward. You will look very educated, sophisticated, and it will make you a good accountant, a very confident accountant. And once you're gonna start using FASB and refer to rules, you will always feel that you have this amazing database or library that you can always go back and second your opinion, saying, I do believe this is correct treatment because of this rule. Now, it is possible that you're misreading the rule or misapplying the rule. Again, the goal is not always be right, but the goal is to know where these rules come from and use them in your daily practice. Thank you so much. Hopefully you will find this education about FASB codifications helpful. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My name is Irina Oryshkova and my email is io@irynacpa.com. So it's io@irinacpa.com. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to see you for the next snap. Bye.